I'm Insomniac.
And I'm Pops.
And this is Shooting the Shit.
a.k.a. Chatting with Pops.
What the hell episode is this?
I don't know. We were up in the 70s.
Alright, this is episode
Up in the 70s.
Something between 70 and 79. Comment down below if you know what... Oh, no, you wouldn't know what episode this is, because by the time it's up, it'll have a title. So, the topic today, I'm looking for it, is from Thomas B. It says, have you guys talked about TV shows, movies, Netflix, etc.? I'm not exactly sure what that means. I guess he means our favorite TV shows, movies, and Netflix, etc.
That's what I was assuming.
I think movies. Didn't we do movies at some point, or no?
I thought we did. Remember we had a list?
We talked about movies.
Yeah, I think we did.
But TV shows we haven't talked about.
Movies we did. TV shows we did, or Netflix, or...
Movies I'm pretty positive we did, so...
We did.
If I figure out what episode it is, I'll put it here on screen, and if not, you're going to have to just kind of go through the old episodes and figure it out. So we won't, waste a bunch of time on movies, but we'll talk about TV shows and Netflix. Not sure what the etc. is, but if we figure out any etc., we can throw that in there too. As for new topics, being that I haven't been posting these on Patreon, if you're one of the patrons watching this, it's still, great, and you can send me stuff directly if you want. But being that this is on its own channel now, it's a totally public segment. If you want to... What's going on over there?
Oh, stuff floating around.
If you want to suggest topics for us to cover here at Shooting the Shit, leave them down in the comments down below this video,
yes.
And we'll see if we can get to them. Leave your topics down below.
So, I'm going to start off by talking about a sitcom or a show that... When I was growing up, I really didn't like. I just wasn't interested in it. And when I got older, I started to look at it again, and that being Archie Bunker. I have a lot to say about Archie Bunker. Today, what now?
I was looking to see if I had any glasses over there, but I don't.
There's a glass right there.
It's dirty.
So today, though, through the years, I've looked at all the Archie Bunker seasons, and I got to tell you, that show is classic in that. And I'm going to speak my truth here. It was real to the fact that this is really how it is, and no matter what anybody says today, and one may say, "Oh, come on, man, we've evolved," blah blah blah, bullshit. I just think like we're not real about.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. Have to have a drink. Go ahead. Right. Yeah, go ahead. Now back to my thought, if I don't lose it all the way. Archie Bunker was really how it really is. And I feel still is today. In a great...
Yeah, there's a lot of relevance to that show today.
Yeah, in a great way. But today everything's stifled, political correctness, all that, in my opinion, bullshit. Because, not that I'm saying I like this show for all the racial banter and he was an ignorant guy and he didn't know better, whatever. But the point is...
Yeah, but there was a point behind all of that.
Right. Then the point is that this is really... That show, to this day, exactly relevance, depicts, in my opinion, the feeling of just about every other still American household.
Whoa. It's the wrong type of glass, by the way. Don't murder me in the comments.
Guy's breaking up my stride here, but
maybe we'll have a slippery evening here.
I'm telling you right now, that's the way it is, and it's like, we could never have a show that real, that raw, that on point today, which it ain't much different because everything's politically correct. This and there's all that, and either it's all terrible or no, it ain't. It's bullshit. Archie Bunker was a very, very interesting show on so many levels. I enjoyed that show later on. I'll tell you, most of all, we're freaking human beings, and of course you want to love one another and get along, but it's not as beautiful and rosy and and peachy keen as everyone wants to make it out to be, and yet there's others that go the other direction to an extreme too. But it is relevant, and I thought that was a great show. Now, going way back when I was a kid, probably 13ish, Happy Days came on. Now, I love that show. Now, here's an extremely different show than Archie Bunker, but it depicted a time in the 50s, okay? A time when life...
Which, if you guys have been watching this channel, you know that that's his time period, his favorite time period.
I like the 50s, but in 56, 70s, but...
You said if you could have lived in any time period in that one episode, it would have been the 50s.
I guess I did say that, yeah. I love this show, speaking of realness in the sense that the 50s, in my opinion, and many would say this, the 50s were a really wonderful time in this country. This show was frilly in a sense, and you had the Fonz and the Jacka, who didn't love the Fonz. It was a wonderful show. It was very wholesome. It was very real, but it was for that time. And look at the difference. Archie Bunker came on, what, the 70s? I mean, wow, how things changed. And to me, again, Archie Bunker is still relevant, and so on and so forth. So I really loved Happy Days. It was a really feel-good show. And they tackled and hit on the things of the times and some things, and it was a great show, I think. Today, I don't watch TV like I used to, but if I go back at night and the evening, a lot of times I watch a lot of old series that we have on DVD, and we've been watching Mary Tyler Moore. Great show. I've been watching it at night. What a great show, funny. It depicted a newsroom, but it was, it was frilly. There was, as frilly as it was, and Mary Tyler Moore was a kind of ditzy, sweet girl and all. You had Lou Grant, and there was an actual real depiction of what it would be like to be a news guy in the newsroom. He was just a loose kid. He was crazy. I loved that. Then you had the ditzy anchor man. I mean, of course, it was all around fun, but
Ted,
yeah. And loved Mary Tyler Moore.
Whoever played Mary Tyler Moore was a very attractive woman.
She was beautiful.
Very, very pretty.
She passed now, but she was beautiful even older. Mary Tyler Moore was beautiful. Great show. I didn't watch a lot of newer stuff. I think the newest thing that I watched and enjoyed, but again, got it on DVD once it was really off, was, what's the show with Dr. Cox and... sorry. Scrubs.
Yeah.
I got that, and I enjoyed that. And again, funny show, but they took funny... I remember one time when a guy died from a coronary, and Dr. Cox just went, well, if he would have ate more green salad, it might not have, just as a matter of fact.
Scrubs was great. I've seen every episode. That was a good show.
And it was a simple thing he said there in a weird show that had a serious matter, but, I never forgot that. See, I remembered it like, really, if you're going to eat a lot more greens and green salad and things that are good for you, that might not happen,
Would you take a life lesson from that show? The point of that was it's supposed to be flippant and funny.
I actually got a bunch of little life lessons from that show, believe it or not.
Oh.
I did. So I really like.
You're like, yeah, it was one of the funniest shows ever. He's like, I learned a lot.
No,
from Scrubs.
there was some cool moments, but I laughed my ass off. So I like Scrubs. Why don't you throw in there what you liked, and maybe something will come back up here.
Well, if I skim along the doctory shows line, I was addicted to House.
Oh, House.
That was my doctor show. For the most part, though, I rarely ever watch TV, but when I do, I want to be entertained. So there's a very small group of things that I watch. Yeah, one of those is Impractical Jokers. I actually find that show to be hilarious.
He does watch it.
Impractical Jokers is...
Holy crap.
That's just... It's ridiculous, but it's good. I like that. Robot Chicken. Have you ever seen Robot Chicken? Robot Chicken's great. But I think my if I had to pick two favorite shows... one of them would be Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I'm probably the only person who's not high as shit when I watch
Some of these people are going to relate to this,
but
right?
I love Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And I also love the fact that that they're supposed to live in New Jersey in that show. And Carl is basically supposed to be a representation of what people in New Jersey are.
I didn't even know that. Wow.
So they're basically taking shots at New Jersey just by having the show. I think they're actually done with the show now. I don't think there's any new episodes, but people look at me crooked when I say that. But I love Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I thought that show was great. Probably my favorite show though. Like if I had to give an award to my favorite show ever, it would be It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, great show.
That's
a good one.
That's the best show I think. Period.
I like
ever.
that.
I would like to invite the whole cast over for dinner in character. You really can't beat if you have not seen that show.
Yeah.
If
Check
you're
it
easily
out.
offended, just don't bother.
Oh, yeah.
Because some of the shit is way
It's
over the
sick.
top. But that is one of the greatest shows I've ever seen in my life. And it never got sour. Like, to me, the show stayed fresh. Like, it's just every episode, you can't imagine that they're going to get more ridiculous, and it just gets more ridiculous. That show is great. Danny DeVito's hilarious in that show. He's still in there.
They're all funny as shit.
Other than that, I don't really watch TV. If I had to go with an Excedra, being that you put an Excedra in there, because it's not Netflix, but I accidentally wound up watching Game of Thrones starting a few years ago.
Game of Thrones, killer
I
series.
Think I think I have 2 or 3 episodes left
I haven't
actually
watched
to catch before the last season that's supposed to start.
Yeah.
Some nut job convinced me to watch it, and I got hooked on it after the second episode, and I was like, damn it, this is a good show.
Good show. And you go back now, he's hitting HBO, brought something up. The Sopranos, man, did I enjoy that. I don't go back and watch them anymore, but man, I enjoyed The Sopranos. That was a killer show. Right here in Jersey, that was all shot here. Funny, we bump into them places, like when they were shooting, like Paulie Walnuts at time. But these days, personally, I always like Cops. Now they have this, what's that, Live PD
Live
on?
PD, yeah.
And we tend to watch this Live PD stuff. You guys probably do watch it, some of you. Been enjoying that. But I can't say I'm a huge television person, but some of the series I hit on, some of the stuff we're starting to hit on, I enjoy, so...
I guess from being on that borderline generation between the older and the newer, I also, the small pie chart, section of life that I spend watching anything, I watch things more on YouTube than I do on TV. So there's a very, very small select group of channels that I'm subscribed to, and those channels I often check to see what they got going on. So I guess we could put that in the Excedra category.
Good, yeah.
Like oddly enough, I watch Doug DeMuro's videos all the time, and the funny thing about that is I still am on the fence about him, and it took me like 2 years to subscribe to the channel because I think he's really annoying. But the channel it kind of got hooked, I guess, because he always has new interesting cars on there, and I like the format to a degree. Interestingly enough, Don't Flop I watch a ton. Of course, lately the channel went downhill, but it's actually rap battles in the UK, which are way better than ours.
Well...
so I've spent a significant amount of time watching UK rap battles.
Yeah, I watch a lot of the... I like Drummo isn't YouTube, though. But like Drummo, it's some sort of a...
Drumeo or something.
Drumeo, I like to watch that. I like to watch some of the musical things that would be Excedras, I guess, that I catch off of Facebook. A lot of cool stuff with music, especially if you like drums and guitar, really cool. So. And
I watch a lot of Watches stuff, of course. So the Watches TV, Theo and Harris, although Christian's starting to annoy me. Honestly, he's starting to get under my skin enough that I might actually unsubscribe soon. Time and Tide Watches, they're in Australia, and they're actually fucking annoying.
And this is all YouTube.
But good, yeah, but a good channel.
Now, also at night, I'll always watch all the reruns of Modern Family. I mean, funny show. I mean...
Oh, wow, I really forgot one. You reminded me because it's on the same channel, at least the reruns. I have been watching for years. I've been watching Law and Order.
Oh yeah.
Rape Unit, I call it.
Yes.
SVU.
Pretty much is.
Of course, ever since Stabler left, it's never been the same. Chris Maloney, I think, is his name. But I've been watching Law and Order SVU forever. I forgot. That's that's probably the one show that I had watched consistently. Not really necessarily when the new episodes come out, but I've binge watched episodes of that. It's been on for 15, 17 years, some shit like that. I think I've seen every episode.
Yeah.
I don't know how I forgot about that. But as an honorable mention, I'll put South Park in there because I have to admit, I always turn you turn it on and you're like, this shit's stupid, and then 2 minutes into it you watch the whole episode and 3 episodes after it. South Park has stayed fresh, and wow. That just looped me into 2 other shows I forgot about. I guess I've watched more shows than I thought. Family Guy. Seth MacFarlane is a fucking genius. That show has never gotten stale.
I think he's a screwball.
Family Guy is one of the best animated shows I've ever seen in my life. And then I'll have to give it what?
What about the show you turned me on to? You had me watching with the guy with the tonight. It's like me.
Archer.
Archer.
Wow, I did forget about some shit.
Yeah, he turned me on to that. It's only cartoon I'll watch.
I made them watch
funny
basically
shit.
every episode of Archer.
Yeah.
Archer is one of my favorite shows ever.
Yes, funny shit.
I love Archer. And the last one that I almost forgot about as well, thanks to Angelo, he made me watch an episode of this. I thought it was going to be fucking retarded. Is Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty is absolutely awesome. And I almost hate to say it, because when I saw him watching it one day, I'm like, what is this brainless bullshit? And then I watched an episode one day in the garage while he was out there. We were having a cigar, and I wound up just like watching every Rick and Morty episode I could find.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit's hilarious.
There's so much shit I'm gonna miss oodles of stuff, because through the years I've enjoyed a lot of TV series and shows, a lot. But I've also come to enjoy them way more after the fact. I mean, I could go way back to shows like Dragnet. You remember, you've probably seen it, but Dragnet was a trip for the time, back in the late 60s there and 70s. And Adam 12. And I mean, there was all the advent of what we have today that's reality TV, but it wasn't reality TV. So like I said, anything that's in a rerun, like Happy Days, all the shows I just mentioned, love watching them when I have time and I can catch it. The Honeymooners, forget it. I'm forgetting, see? I'm going to get up and walk away from here and there's 50 more. But the Honeymooners were amazing.
I think I actually finally got them all.
Love the Honeymooners. Oh,
I almost forgot about a few, but that's basically all the shows for me.
And they by the way, we all know that the Flintstones robbed the Honeymooners. That's how that went. The cartoon when we were kids.
Oh, I did forget about one YouTube channel, Hickok45. That's my man for as far as gun channels.
So again, the more we sit here, it's like boom, 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 boom. But yeah, that's it. I'm sure I'm gonna miss a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've filled about 15 plus minutes of shows that we like to watch.
I hope that helps. Is he still a Patreon guy?
I actually have no idea.
I don't know.
I'm losing track.
Yeah, all right.
Sadly, it's not because I'm now overrun with patrons. It's because so many people are deleting pledges, some new people to pick up. I don't remember. Two things for the comments for everybody watching. First of all, leave some of your favorite shows in the comments. It'd be nice to hear.
I want to say this, though. Right. I want to hear about Archie Bunker. Just like he was saying, it's still relevant. And that's exactly my point. Let's talk about the reality of what the fuck's going on. Not this phony bullshit we're living with that's pressed on us. So comment on that. I want to focus on Archie Bunker a lot. Bafangul. This kid's a jerky bastard.
I was in the middle of something there.
All right, go ahead.
Comment with your shows and the shit that he was just talking about. And B, like I said towards the beginning, comment down below with topic suggestions, and we will try to do them. We got more shows coming up, so we need more topics. Cheers and salutations.
Okay, another one in the bucket there. New topics underneath, like you said. You did it. All right.
I thought we ended this shit.
All right.
Yeah.
You already said it. That's right. Edit it out. Goodbye.